welcome to my second JC Reviews video. Today we're going to be covering Good Morning Midnight along with its brand new video version, The Midnight Sky. But before we dig into this, I thought I would add a little something to my videos, kind of change them up. I'm brand new still to YouTube, so it's gonna be a change game until I figure out exactly what I like, what you guys like, how I feel like producing these. So today I'm going to talk about my makeup for a second before we talk about this. So it is a Good Morning Midnight inspired look. So there is a pink shimmer, a dark purple outline, and then a purple gloss, purplish pink really, all of which came from the Smoky Glow palette. And if you like makeup, Smoky Glow does this great commentary / makeup channel. She's the reason I got into YouTube in the first place, so I'll put a link to one of my favorite videos from her down below for you to go check her out. But I thought I would talk about that for a second. I'm going to try to do signature looks to go with each of the books, and then explain why they match at some point throughout my video. So let's dig in. So The Midnight Sky, as an adaptation of Good Morning Midnight, I would say not very accurate. There are a lot of artistic liberties taken throughout the movie, different pieces where, and this is going to be a no spoilers, so where parts of the book you don't know until the very end, or you just don't know at all. They've made those decisions for you and informed you ahead of time. So you learn a lot more about the characters than you would in the book, which I thought I was going to hate, but to be honest, I absolutely loved. Both the movie and the book are the same but different. They give you the same feeling. They visualize the characters really well compared to what you read, but I do feel like they have different storylines where they end differently. And there's one major thing that I'm not going to give it away, but there's one major thing that they did to the main character solely that I feel like just wasn't in the book and was a great choice, and I had wished it was in the book. But overall, I mean, I would give the book and the movie a 4-star review, individually for different reasons. I do think for the movie they took away how one of the characters acts in the book. Actually, they took away 2 of them, and I think those 2 are kind of pivotal to have those personalities on the spacecraft. Just to give a little hint, so 2 of the spacecraft characters, and I wish they had kept those mentalities in the book, in the movie as well. And then on the book end, I do feel like the beginning was a little slow for me, so I struggled in the first chapter, and I ended up listening to the book on audiobook, which I enjoyed thoroughly, so I'm always okay picking an audiobook over a paperback. I have a little bit very busy life. Back when COVID wasn't a thing, I used to drive an hour to and from work every day, and I had a lot of time for audiobooks and not a lot of time for paperbacks, so audiobooks were always my go-to. Even now, I still travel to sites for work on occasion in the general area, and I pop in an audiobook every time, and I'm always glad that I've done so. So no hate on audiobooks, but those are my feelings. The reason, so from here on out, there will be spoilers. So if you don't want to hear about the spoilers, just stop watching and you can flip to the last 30 seconds where I tell you about my next video. But I think the reason I picked the pink color was I wanted to emphasize the yearning between Augustine and Iris, and Sully, who is also Iris, obviously, and both her mom, her Augustine, and then also the love interest, whose name is escaping me right now. I'll probably link at the bottom because I can't remember. But I think the pink really emphasizes the yearning, and then the dark color is really meant to emphasize space and the void that both Sully and Augustine are kind of stuck in because of the way they chose to live their lives, which are very similar because they're similar people. And I think this book and the movie, to be honest, did a great job of making you feel hopeful for the future of these characters, the ones who live and the ones who die, and it makes you feel like there's some kind of peace at the end, that even if things aren't going to work out, they found peace in their chosen path. And I think that is a great way to end a story. To be honest, so I used to never be a crier, but I'm a huge crier now. I cried in the last chapter of this book, and then I cried for like the last 30 minutes straight of the movie. And my husband came upstairs and he's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "It's just so beautiful." So props to them. Props to George Clooney, who directed the whole thing, produced the whole thing. Props to Lily Brooks-Dalton, who actually was a main feature piece in the movie. I don't know why that was hard to say. So she was an artistic collaborator, a consultant for the movie, and I think the choices they made were still really good. The biggest things, and so since we're in the spoiler section, they make Sully pregnant throughout the movie, and perhaps I missed it. I can read again and see if I did miss it, but I didn't get the feeling that she was pregnant, just based on the way she reacted to the love interest and how her personality was with the love interest, where she didn't really think he saw her that way until the very end. So I can't imagine she's actually pregnant versus being pregnant. I think it was a great choice on the movie part. It really kind of gives you this moment of hope where you're like, well, she's going to bring this newborn baby to a better place. And then the other thing is the two characters. So there's Davies, and his name has escaped me, and I'll probably put it at the bottom. But there's kind of like a cranky character, and Davy was kind of lost in her own world, and they just didn't have those characters. So Davy became Maya, which I think was Davy's actually first name, but instead of being kind of lost in the world, she was totally there, totally willing to help, and then she died by accident versus in the book, she dies because she basically gives up. They're out in space, and she just lets her oxygen deplete, and she floats off, and that's it. And I think it's more powerful that way versus her dying by accident, so I'm a little sad about that. And the cranky character, I feel like they needed that negative energy to kind of buoyant Sully, who was very positive, very focused on getting everyone involved in a better place, and they needed that balance, and I think that balance was missing, and that was kind of sad. But that is my review of Good Morning Midnight and The Midnight Sky. I loved both, definitely 4 stars. I'm halfway done with Erin Grammer's Magic Mutant Ninja Girl. That does not sound right. I'll probably correct myself at some point. Anywho, I'm almost done with it, so that'll be my next video. I'm really enjoying it. I love the book. I'm so excited to talk about it. And yeah, so thanks for joining me again. Let me know if you like the changes I'm making. Let me know if you like my new setup I just made. Leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe, get involved. I'd love to hear from anyone.